In this video, I'll be sharing the top 10 tips when it comes to creating a highly converting funnel, a profitable funnel, a funnel that converts, a funnel that's engaging, a funnel that converts your visitors into high ticket paying clients, because that's what we want. We want those high ticket paying clients. Now, on stage one, when it comes to building out your funnel, you won't get it perfect on stage one. I can promise you that, because you need to understand your ICP, your ideal client portfolio. What is your ideal client portfolio? Well, it's understanding who your audience is, what actions they take, how old they are, how much revenue they're generating each month. And this is what's going to help pivot your funnel, structuralize your funnel, loop back your funnel to different stages in the best way possible to start getting those conversions in. But without further ado, I have some tips that I've written down on my phone here and I want to share it with you guys. Some of them are different, some of them that you may haven't realized, and some new features that I've rolled out, especially in the AI world. Now, starting off with tip number one, Master Generative Engine Optimization, GEO. What is that? Well, GEO is essentially the opposite of SEO. SEO is essential if you don't have an audience online, an organic audience, an organic following, traffic sources like through Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc. And also if you don't run paid ads, that's usually where you get your traffic sources. Now, if you get your traffic source off Google, that's where SEO comes into place, ranking your website, your funnel on Google to page one, to the top of the search results. When someone types in a specific keyword, that's where SEO comes into place. But now everyone's starting to pivot into using AI more. And this is where GEO comes into place. So GEO is when someone types into, let's say, OpenAI and says, who are the best personal brand coaches in 2026? This is the point where you want your name to come up. And how do we do this? How do we actually optimize for GEO? Well, how to do it, you use schema.org, markup specifically tech article or product schemas. So you go into schema.org and feed AI crawlers structured data. So let the AI crawlers know information about who you are, build up your authority of them so that they can use you when someone searches in OpenAI, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, etc. And it also is create a TLDR summary at the top of every page in a bulleted format. AI models allow structured summaries to use as direct answers. So essentially, go on to schema.org and at the top of the page, create a bulleted format and information about who you are, and showcase that authority essentially, and about what you do. So if you're a personal branding coach, say I've generated this much. So showcase social proof essentially, and then on line 2 say the services you do, line 3 what's in the course, etc. Let the AI crawlers know about who you are so that when someone, say your lead, goes to search into OpenAI, who's the best personal brand coach in 2026, or who are the best personal branding coaches, your name will essentially pop up. So that's essentially GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. Now, tip number 2 is build AI-driven value first lead magnets. Now, I mention this all the time. Get that lead magnet in place. Make sure everyone who clicks on that link on your social media fill out a form. That form is your full name or first name. You can just do first name and your email address, essentially. To get access to a specific thing, this is your free lead magnet. Because now that they fill that out, they're stuck in your funnel. Like now you can follow up through them on email, etc. So that's the value versus lead magnet. And what's also good about this is it also warms up your leads, getting them ready to buy for the mid to high ticket offer. So this is essential when it comes to your funnel. Essentially how to do it. Instead of a PDF, offer a micro AI tool. For example, if you sell fitness coaching, your lead magnet is a 7-day custom macro calculator built via a simple API like OpenAI or Gemini that emails them a personalized plan in exchange for their data, essentially. So make sure you have a lead magnet. If you're using, I'd say, a squeeze to VSL funnel, that's where I place the lead magnet. But it's essential to really provide free value first up. But when it does come to free value, let's add on to tip number 3, is when it comes to free value, don't showcase the way how to get to Z, essentially. Don't showcase how to get to the result. Don't tell them you do this to get to the result, because then once they try that, it may not work out for them. Because now they're going to think, oh, this guy's way doesn't actually work. They've been watching your free value driven videos, you've been teaching them, through Instagram, your content, etc. But they've copied your way, they've done what you said, but it doesn't work out for them. And now they're going to frame you as someone who's teaching false things. But of course your teachings work, it's just they didn't navigate it in the best way possible when they did it by themselves. And this is where you have to be careful about free value, providing that free value. Instead, what you do is you showcase to them, except the boat or the ocean. So I'm going to try and explain this in the best way possible, because I am sometimes bad at explaining. But instead of showcasing them to the route, showcase to them to the car. So let's put this into example. Showcase them to the ocean, so they're looking at the ocean, but give them the boat to get there. Don't give them the way. Okay, because once you give them the way, then there's no reason to really invest into your offer, because you're just giving the way free on Instagram. This is where you need to be careful. So, and then that comes into, I guess, tip number 4, and that's where you include it in your headline on your funnel. The headline is the most important part when it comes to your funnel. I'd say the headline, VSL, of course, there's other important parts, but these are the first things that your customers see when they first click on your funnel, is your headline and the VSL. Now, when it comes to the headline, don't tell them what they're going to get. Don't tell them the best 10 tips on how to get fit, essentially. Instead, showcase to them the top 10 problems this specific niche suffers from in 2026 and how to fix it. Or let's say for a personal branding coach, the best, let's say the best or the cheat model, I'm trying to think of the best headline, the cheat code to generating 5 to 10K per month using, or, I'd say using this specific thing. So, oh my goodness, I'm trying to explain this in the best way possible. But headline is the most crucial part. The main point essentially is don't tell them what they're gonna get. Give them a clue. Give them a clue to scroll down. That's the main point. Give them a clue to scroll down from your headline. Okay? I would be so bad if I was a teacher. But that's essentially that. Give them a hint to scroll down. Don't tell them the way. Don't tell them the way. Showcase to them what they can use to get there. Just don't showcase them the way, essentially. So that's the headline. And then VSL. So the VSL, this is where, I guess, tip number 5 comes into place, is showcase social proof at the start of your VSL. Why should I do that? Because why should they watch your VSL if they have no reason to watch your VSL? If they see social proof at the start, then they have a reason to watch it, because they're going to see, this is how, let's say, Caleb got from 20 to 50K per month. Oh wow, I want to be like Caleb. Showcase a screenshot of a $20,000 per month deal. Results. And now they have a reason to now watch your VSL, to watch through it all. So you have the social proof, you filter out, then you sell them on your offer. Okay, that's usually the structure that I follow for the consulting I do for my clients. Social proof, filter, and then present the offer. Now, what is the filtering part? Let's just add tip number 6 in this. Filtering is a very crucial part in your funnel. You want to filter your leads, because you don't want to waste time on leads that won't qualify. So this is where you filter your leads. This is one of the ways that you can filter your leads. Of course, you can include forms, which are great as well. But this is usually the first part where you filter those leads, where you say essentially, if you want to do this, then do this. if you don't want to do this, then do this. That's essentially where you filter your leads. Because in some of the VSLs that I do, almost every VSL that I do for the clients I work with, we use that structure. So if you want to scale, if you want to build a profitable business, if you want to, onboard high ticket paying clients, if you want to do this, but if you don't want to, or essentially you don't use it if you don't want to, but if you want to go viral, which is essentially the things that we don't want to focus on, then you do this. Because this first column, if you do want to do that, then work with us. If you do want to do this second column, then we're not the kind of fit for you. So that's where you filter, okay, essentially, and then you present the offer by the end. But the main point is the social proof here, because now they have a reason to watch your VSL. Give them that reason to watch your VSL. Otherwise, your watch rate is just going to be going like this, like that until the end. You want your watch rate to go like that. That's the main goal of the watch rate, or just to keep it like that. You don't want it to go like that, essentially. Because it does take some effort to watch, let's say a 9-minute video. Give them a reason to watch the video. So that is point number 5. And point number 6, the headline, social proof, and also filtering, I believe. Now, I also want to mention let's say tip number 7, and that is really go all out with social proof. Go crazy with social proof. Just add it all in your funnel. Add it all in. Social proof. On the, let's say, the lead magnet page, screenshots of social proof. On the payment page, on the VSL page, screenshots of social proof. Every single page through your funnel should have social proof. They should have a reason, every page, why people should invest into your offer. Showcase that social proof. Don't be shy to showcase the social proof, okay? Go all out with it. Don't be shy to use it. Every single thing. Even if you use a course funnel, a school funnel, and you have a module in there, specifically for social proof, that's great. Do that as well. Just go all out with social proof. There's no negative side to showcasing social proof. It's positive, okay? It's gonna really give them a reason to invest in your service, to really scale up and to upsell them. So go all out with social proof. Don't be shy to showcase that social proof through your funnel. So that's tip number 7, I believe. Now let's go on to tip number 8, and that is optimize for voice first interaction. Now, with the rise of smart glasses and advanced voice assistants, your funnels must be heard. How to do this? Well, format your FAQ sections using conversational keywords. So, essentially, for example, hey Gemini, what's the best way to or use a speak to buy feature on your landing pages where users can ask questions about the product and receive an AI voice answer instantly. So this is a bit of a, technical one. I've just added it in there. But where you implement an AI onto your landing page, where it's kind of like Siri on your landing page, essentially, where you can just ask it. It's like a chatbot, but a chatbot that speaks, essentially. Where, speak to buy feature on your landing pages where users can ask questions about the product. So it's kind of like a chatbot, but a chatbot that is voice integrated. They can talk on the landing page. So, apply that if you can. It's a bit more technical, but once you have it in place, it's definitely a beneficial way. Now, I believe are we up to tip number 10? I think I said tip number 9. And tip number 9, let's go on to tip number 9, and that is a human in the loop high ticket close. So for expensive items, AI builds a bridge, but a human closes the gap. So how to do this? Use an AI agent to qualify the lead through a chat. Once the lead hits a high intent score, ask about specific contract terms. The AI automatically triggers a live video call notification to your sales team, allowing a human to jump in and close the deal in real time. So essentially, you have an AI agent that qualifies and is an appointment setter, and they will get them on, I believe, triggers a live video call to your sales team, allowing the human to jump in and close the deal in real time. So essentially, you have an AI agent that qualifies through chat. So an AI appointment setter, essentially. That's a bit confusing. I'm not going to go alongside that. That was a mistake to add that one in there, I believe. But of course, if you can get an AI appointment setter to integrate into your funnel, that's beneficial as well. But I want to get onto this point, and that point is there's 4 sections in your funnel. You have the VSL, you have the social proof. These are just 4 sections. Of course, there's other sections. You have the social proof. You have the benefits of the course or masterclass that you're using, and then you have by the end, kind of like I guess after the CTA, you include a full breakdown. Now these 4 parts is where you include videos. So you have the VSL, bit more focus on it. You have the social proof video, and the social proof video is where you just, showcase like this, get your phone out, and then screen record essentially the just scrolling through, the client reviews, the success stories that your clients have had. You do this all through video as well, and below it you can include more social proof, of course, go all that. But this is an engaging way to really showcase that social proof, is just record through video and add that to your I believe testimonial section essentially. So you do that all through video. Keep it raw, authentic. No, doesn't need any editing. And then you go down to a breakdown essentially of what you have inside of the course. So see what's inside kind of video. And that's where you record on your laptop, what's inside the community. Give them a taste, because going through video, it's a lot more engaging than them reading. They don't want to read, they just want to watch the video. So just give them that, and then showcase what's inside when they get inside. So showcase the course, showcase what they get. And then by the end, you have a full breakdown. And the full breakdown essentially is just sharing a story of you, storytelling. How I got from A to Z, what challenges I faced, where I grew up in. This is how I got to be, and my long-term goals. Just go full breakdown. And then by the end, you just implement the offer. So it's just like storytelling and then present the offer essentially. This is a great way for people who aren't taking action, and you implement this after the CTA, the main CTA, which is like payment plans, etc. Or the application. But below it, you include a full breakdown and that storytelling, and then by the end, you present the offer. So that's that. That's the top 10 tips for creating a highly converting funnel. Some of them have came off my mind, some of them I've written down. Some of them are a bit more technical, AI implemented, but also some of them are quite simple. All right, small changes can lead to the big changes. So, hope you've enjoyed. Comment in the section. Comment down below if I've missed anything, what you want me to explain about. I really appreciate that, because I just love teaching on here about when it comes to funnels, even sometimes AI. But of course, my main focus is funnel consulting. So, without that, I'm going to leave it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.